This is part of my instructional episodes explaining my process for banning gerrymandering nationwide. Now, I'm calling this episode The Fall of Rome. It has to do with my personal beliefs about what was the main factor, from my point of view, as to why Rome fell. In my opinion, because their Senate lost power. It became concentrated in their first citizen, their emperor. Now, no one's going to agree with me on that in general, but it's what resonates with me. If you go forward to the 1700s and you look at King George III, in our Declaration of Independence, you can see the list of grievances as to why the colonists chose to form a United States and break off from the government of Great Britain. The one that resonates with me the most is referring to King George III. In the Declaration they wrote, he's, quote, waging war against us, unquote. And that resonates with what's going on today with ICE and the private army, the militias that are being funded by the president and Homeland Security. They're even buying missiles, according to news reports, not just rubber bullets and flashbang grenades. They're buying missiles. ICE is buying missiles, according to reports. In the last episode, I encouraged you first responders to watch a progress bar. That progress bar is for our benefit so that we can see that we're not alone. Many Americans are bipartisan, non-extremists who would like to ban gerrymandering nationwide and do a whole host of additional reforms to our government right now. I'm going to rely on a social networking chain to strengthen our effort to ban gerrymandering nationwide. If I know Tom, then that's 1 degree of separation. If Tom knows Sally, then that's 2 degrees of separation from me to Sally. On average, in the US, in the 60s, there were 6 degrees of separation from any one person and any other person. Now our population is doubled, so maybe it's 8 degrees of separation. Sooner or later, one of the 3 members of your little link, your provisional link in the social networking chain, will know someone else in some other link. And so now you're provisionally a longer chain. These chains need anchors. I've selected 3 anchors to these chains. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, and myself. I'm the inventor of this. Once your chain is validated by being anchored to any one of the 3 of us, then when you go and participate in Tier 2, if you choose to, we can disprove the accusations against you. Let's say you go to a town hall meeting and you are a validated link in our chain. Then we're saying we vouch for you. You are not a paid protester. You are not a radical leftist extremist, lunatic. You are not a cult member. You're not an extremist. You're not an illegal alien imported, brought in by bus from Tijuana to agitate the crowd. That's the value of validating the links in this social networking chain. That's Tier 2, town hall meetings, public protest. Tier 3, okay, so this bill's still not getting passed. Tier 3 is to use our power granted in the Constitution to totally change out the entire Congress. Well, specifically, every 2 years, we can replace every single member of the House of Representatives. That's 435 members. And same time, we can replace 1/3 of the Senate. That's replacing 33 out of 100 senators. Many Republicans who are really MAGA now, many of that party will be disinclined to ban gerrymandering nationwide. Right now, they're the dominant political party, and they're embracing it in many states now. If we, the people, really want to avoid the fate of ancient Rome, then this is the time we have to actually get involved. You need to be literate. You need to be informed. You need to be realistic. Okay, that means you understand that the January 6th riots were an attempted insurrection to overthrow a freely, fairly elected Democratic candidate to become President of the United States. If you can't accept that, you are not part of this social networking chain. Tier 3. Vote out the representatives who won't ban gerrymandering nationwide. It's sad to make this a one-issue election, but so much follows from this one issue that I'm okay designating this as a one-issue election. And consider this. If you don't know of any candidates in your district who are willing to do this, you need to seriously think about running for office yourself. With all this gerrymandering, there's openings for new candidates. I'm going to run. So can you. I know some people were hoping that I would have some magic elixir that will make gerrymandering poof go away. It might not. As I understand it, there's nothing we can do to make Speaker Johnson bring the House of Representatives back into session. Allegedly, the president has the power to shut down Congress or prevent it from coming into session. I'm not sure, but I've heard that it's in there somewhere in the Constitution. If true, then even Tier 3 isn't going to get this bill of banning gerrymandering nationwide made into law. But it's important that we see that we tried, that we're trying to work within the system as it currently exists. Many of you were probably hoping that I would have something magical that would let us replace our current president with someone better qualified. I have no such thing, but I will share this with you. I've read about how psychologists have characterized people as having 3 traits that make them part of what's called a dark triad. Trait 1, narcissism. It's all about me. Trait 2, Machiavellism. I'm willing to hurt you to get what I want. Trait 3, psychopathy. I have no empathy for you and I feel no remorse for having had hurt you. If you have those 3 traits, you're in a dark triad. In my layman's humble opinion, I think our president has those 3 traits. So that makes him part of the dark triad. What does that do for us? Well, medically, people in the dark triad have a physical characteristic that could be confirmed with a brain scan. They have, and this is 7% of the population, they have lower brain volume than the general population in areas related to the emotional regulation. That's the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex and the cingulate cortex, and lower than general population volume in the reward center of the brain, the ventral striatum, the orbital frontal cortex. If that's true, then considering that the president is the commander-in-chief of our aircraft carriers, our armed forces, our nuclear arsenals, I think it's possible that the 25th Amendment could apply here. I'm Phil Turek, and I approve of this message.